I'd love to hear from the people on the webinar with us today. Which why for building change capability, either one of the ones that we put forward or maybe a different one, resonates best with your senior leaders, the people that are sponsoring the transformation efforts in your organization? And we see sort of ROI coming in loud and clear early on. I've never met an executive whose problem is they don't have enough change management in their life. Typically, their problem is they don't have the results they want as fast as they want them. And so the more we can adapt our language to say change management is an investment in capturing the people-dependent portion of the benefits that you expect, the better we're going to engage the executives. It's not about the tools or the methodology. It's much more about the mindset when we engage with senior leaders. We see agility. We need to move faster, stronger project success, the push for results, be more competitive. Absolutely. I love to remain relevant. A lot of our organizations are going through disruption from competitors we couldn't see 5 years ago. And this need to remain relevant and is a backdrop that I think resonates with a lot of leaders when they understand the competitive landscape shifting beneath their feet. I love the question, how much of the success of your change that you're sponsoring depends on employees adopting the solution? That to me is a powerful way to put some of this ROI discussion into the mix with our sponsors. How much of your ROI is dependent on adoption versus dependent on installation of the solution? And again, when I think we're talking to senior leaders, we've got to be very cognizant of the language we use. If we talk about stakeholder management templates and communication plans and resistance management plans, I feel like we're dead before we start. If we're able to translate the language into what's the risk of not adopting your solution, can we afford to ignore that risk in the organization? Now we've got a totally different kind of dialogue that we take with our senior leaders. So it's great to see the feedback continuing to pour in. What I'd love to do is just take a look at this through maybe a word cloud and see what stands out from the feedback that we've received. And so here right out the gate in the dead center, we see ROI. Talking about the language of leadership always typically involves some element of financials. Change success, the results, the project adoption, what are we doing about employees, the outcomes we expect. So this is great feedback, and to me is an awesome picture of some of the language that we as change practitioners need to adopt when we're walking into discussions with our sponsors. The language is really important, and again, moving away from the tactics and translating our language into content and context that they can understand is a real important part of this journey.